Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech protected.
Let's see here. Do we have everything we need to color eggs? We need cups and a measuring cup and measuring spoons and water and oh dear, I don't have the vinegar. But vinegar. Vinegar. It makes my nose wrinkle. Oh, that is strong stuff anyway. But hello there. Welcome to Grandma Kitty's house, and I'm Grandma Kitty, of course. I was just trying to get some stuff ready to color Easter eggs. I love to color Easter eggs, don't you? It's so much fun. And they're so pretty when they're done. And the best thing is you can eat them. Yeah. So, I was thinking with Easter coming, Easter is just such a wonderful time of year. It's such a refreshing holiday after such a long, cold winter. I have a story here about Easter. Oh, let's see. Here it is. This is about Corduroy. Do you know who Corduroy is? He's a teddy bear. And he's almost as old as me. What's that? How old am I? Well, when I was a child, we had a saying that said, that's for me to know and you to find out. How old I am is irrelevant. It really doesn't. Irrelevant means it doesn't matter. but Corduroy is almost as old as I am. He was created by Don Freeman back in 1968. So if you do the math, you'll find out that he's about 52 years old. But no matter how old Corduroy gets, he just doesn't change. He looks the same, not like those of us who age and have to get glasses and end up with white hair. But actually, I think my white hair is quite lovely, don't you? It's the same color as the Easter Bunny. So it's nothing wrong with white hair or wrinkles. But anyway, enough chatter. Let's get to our story. So this is Corduroy's Easter party, and Corduroy, as I said, was created by Don Freeman. So let's see what's going to happen here with Corduroy and his Easter party. It was the day before Easter, and Corduroy and his friends were at the playground. Puppy was having no luck getting his kite up in the air, but he didn't mind. Everyone was happy because tomorrow they were going to have an Easter party. Dolly said, I can't wait to see what the Easter Bunny brings us. The party was going to be at Corduroy's house. Mouse made a list of all the things they would need. Do you think the Easter Bunny likes jelly beans? Mouse said. And don't forget to put down eggs, Dolly said. We need lots to decorate for the Easter Bunny. Corduroy didn't say anything. Everyone else had no doubt that the Easter Bunny was real, but deep down, Corduroy wasn't so sure. After all, nobody had ever seen the Easter Bunny. Still, Corduroy didn't want to spoil the fun. He kept his doubts to himself. By the time they were ready to go shopping, it was raining outside. That happens a lot this time of year, doesn't it? So the friends put on their raincoats and their boots, and they brought their umbrellas. Mouse rode in the wagon. Rabbit caught raindrops on his tongue. Puppy jumped right in the middle of every single puddle. Kerr splash. That sounds like a puppy, doesn't it? Their first stop was the general store. They bought everything they needed to dye Easter eggs. Mouse picked out a big bag of jelly beans with plenty of red ones because those were his favorites. Corduroy found some pretty colored Easter baskets, and he also found a funny bunny hat. Do you see it tucked away down there on the bottom shelf? I am the Easter Bunny, Corduroy said. No, silly, said Mouse. The real Easter Bunny will be here tomorrow. But let's all get party hats. And so they did. Dolly looked beautiful in her bonnet with flowers on the brim. Puppy and Rabbit picked out very silly hats. Puppy's hat looked like an Easter basket, and Rabbit's had little chicks all over it. Funny hats, huh? In a little while, the rain ended and the sun came out. So Corduroy and his friends walked to their next stop, the farm. They were having so much fun petting and saying hello to the animals that they almost forgot why they came, to buy eggs for decorating. Luckily, Dolly remembered. Now did they have everything for the party? Oh, not yet. On their way home, the friends passed a meadow filled with flowers. There were daffodils and tulips and daisies, so they all picked little flower bouquets to use as decorations for the party. Corduroy could hardly wait to see how pretty his house was going to look. Then Dolly and Rabbit hurried back to Corduroy's house with the party things, but Puppy was very thirsty from all the walking, so Corduroy and Mouse waited for him while he had a little drink. Mouse lay down and dreamed in the sunshine. I am so excited about Easter, he said. Me too, said Puppy. Corduroy was too. He wanted to believe in the Easter Bunny just like everybody else, but how could he know for sure? Back at Corduroy's house, nobody could wait to start decorating eggs. They made pink ones and blue ones, ones with spots and stripes and swirls. When they were dry, Corduroy gathered up all the eggs and put them in a basket. It had been a very busy day, but now, finally, everything was ready for their Easter party the next day. It was the best party ever. They had cookies and finger sandwiches cut into tiny triangles and the most delicious fruit punch. Mouse ate so many red jelly beans, he almost got a tummy ache. Everybody wore their brand new hats. Dolly looked at Rabbit and giggled. Those chicks on your hat look so real I wouldn't be surprised if they started peeping, she said. And what was the perfect dance to do at the Easter party? Why, the bunny hop, of course. Corduroy led the way with his bunny ears flopping as he hopped up and down. Rabbit was a natural at the bunny hop, of course, because he's a rabbit, huh? Mouse got tired because his legs were shorter, but Dolly helped him keep up. Bunny hopping sure is good exercise, said Mouse, all out of breath. Then it was time to go outside for the Easter egg hunt. Each of them hid a few eggs, and then the hunt began. Only one rule, said Corduroy, no fair finding the eggs you hid yourself. Corduroy peeked into the flowers. He saw some eggs, but they weren't the Easter kind. They were pretty blue robin's eggs. Better leave those alone. After the hunt, everyone sat down on the grass and counted their eggs. What a perfect Easter, said Dolly. There's just one thing left. A visit from the Easter Bunny, said Rabbit. When do you think he will come? Asked Mouse. Corduroy did not know what to say. Easter was just about over, and still no sign of you-know-who. But look, when Corduroy and his friends went back inside, there was a big surprise. A huge Easter basket filled with all kinds of candy. Can you guess who it was from? Yes, it was from the Easter Bunny himself. He had come and gone while all the friends were outside, and he had even left them a note. And the note says, "Have fun, your friend, the Easter Bunny." As they sat around the table eating the chocolate the Easter Bunny had left, Corduroy was so surprised and so happy. The Easter Bunny is real, he thought. Now he knew it for sure, and that was the best Easter surprise of all. Happy Easter, everybody. Oh, isn't that a fun story? I like that story. So today, I was gonna color Easter eggs with you, but when I went to the store to get eggs, the shelf was empty. These are just different days that we're living in, aren't they? I mean, you used to be able to go in the store and get anything you want, but now sometimes there's no milk or no bread, no eggs, and probably no toilet paper for sure. But how can you make Easter eggs without eggs, huh? Looking at that shelf, it kind of reminded me of Old Mother Hubbard. Do you know who Old Mother Hubbard is? It's a nursery rhyme, and it says, "Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her poor dog a bone. When she got there, the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none." So I couldn't buy eggs if there weren't any there. So I have learned in life that plan A doesn't always work, right? So you always have to have a plan B, which is a backup plan. That's what you do when you can't get your original plan to work, you know? Sometimes you have to go to plan B or plan C or plan D, you know? But there's 26 letters in the alphabet, so one of them's bound to work. So we're going to talk about what we would do if we had some eggs. So to start with, you would get white eggs because brown ones are already colored and they don't color well. So get white eggs and then you boil them first, because if you didn't boil them and you went to color them, you might crack the shell and, well, then you would have a mess to clean up. So once you've boiled your eggs and they've cooled down, then you've got to get your coloring kit. And then there's these little tablets in the coloring kit, and you put one in each cup, and then let's read the directions. It says to put one dye tablet in a cup, and then 1 tablespoon of water, and then you let the tablet dissolve. That means you wait until it's all melted, and then you put in a 1/2 cup of warm water, and then 3 tablespoons of vinegar. Ooh, vinegar smells really bad. And then you stir it up. And then you put your eggs in there and you let them set. And the longer the eggs set, the darker their color gets. Now, when I was younger, and still sometimes now, I like to write secret messages on the eggs. You take either a white crayon or a yellow or a pink, a light colored crayon, and you can write things on the egg. And then when you put it in the dye won't stick to the crayon. So you pull it out and you've got a message. You can write like Happy Easter or draw a pretty picture or something. And it's almost like a secret message. It's really kind of cool. But so I thought that maybe we could just put some stickers on these eggs here and just kind of decorate them that way. And then I've got some little stands so we can look at them, because Easter eggs are just so pretty to look at, just so much fun to decorate and to look at. Oh, don't you just like coloring eggs? I don't think I'm going to take time to put stickers on all of them, but oh, they're just so much fun, just a lot of fun. And the thing is, you can eat them for a long time afterwards. When I color Easter eggs with my grandchildren, we have egg salad sandwiches. Seems like for months, but I'm sure it's not really that long. But we eat eggs for a long time afterwards until all our colored eggs are all gone. But you know, the thing about plastic eggs is that you can also use them like for Easter egg hunts, and you can put candy in them. I do hear some candy in here. Oh, this one's got a gold candy. What else do we think we have here? Oh, these are, I don't give hard candy to kids, but these are very good if you have a sore throat. I keep these around in case I have a sore throat, because those are really good for sore throats. Jelly beans. Well, Easter's just not Easter without jelly beans. Oh, and then look at this one. This one's cute. It's got a smiley face kind of on it. Oh, and this one has a Hershey kiss. Oh, I love doing Easter egg hunts with my grandchildren. Easter's just got a lot of fun things about it, doesn't it? But you know, Easter eggs and Easter egg hunts and like our story, Easter hats and parties, that's not really what Easter is all about. Sure, it's fun to do all those things, but do you know what Easter is really celebrated for? Do you know why we celebrate Easter? Because of Jesus, right? Remember, we've talked before about this, how Christmas is his birthday and Easter is when he died. And we don't celebrate Easter because he died. He died on the cross. Do you know why he died on the cross? Because there were some men that didn't like what he said. It wasn't that he said or did anything wrong. It was just that some people didn't like what he said. And so he ended up dying on the cross because of it, even though he hadn't done anything wrong, really. But we don't celebrate Easter because he died. We celebrate because he didn't stay dead. He rose and he went to heaven. And because he went to heaven, we can too. So he's kind of like the key to heaven. So I've got my keys here. Let me show you what I mean. These are my keys. I spend a lot of time looking for these keys. I just can never seem to find them. We play hide and seek a lot. My keys hide really well, and I spend a lot of time seeking them. Yes, we play a hide and seek all the time. But so on my keychain, this is the key to my house, and this is the key to my car, and this is the key to my office, and I wonder what that key is. Oh, I have absolutely no idea what that key is. I can't imagine what that goes to. But let me ask you, what would happen if I couldn't find the key to my house? I'd have to sit on the steps and wait for my husband to come home, right? Because I wouldn't be able to get in my house. And what if I couldn't find the key to my car? I wouldn't be able to go anywhere, right? Unless I walked or rode my bike, right? I couldn't take my car if I didn't have the key. What about the key to my office? I couldn't do any work, right? I could look through the window, but I wouldn't be able to get in and do any work. So look, Jesus is like the key to heaven. Now look at this key. If all my keys were this size, I might be able to find them once in a while, huh? But Jesus is like the key to heaven. He's the key that unlocks the gate. Yeah, so he's very important, isn't he? Do you know, someday when I get up there and I knock on that gate, do you know what I want to hear Jesus say? I want him to say, "Oh, look, it's Grandma Kitty." I know Grandma Kitty. We've had a lot of conversations. In fact, sometimes she chews my ear off. But, oh, I know Grandma Kitty. Open the gate and let her in. I think that would be awesome, don't you think? I think that would be wonderful. That would be like music to my ears. Speaking of music, I think that Grandma Kitty has chatted long enough. I think that it is time for us to do Move and Groove. And I brought a really fun song today. It's called Oh Happy Day. It's a happy song. And it's because Easter is such a happy holiday, such a refreshing, happy holiday. So hop up off that couch and let's get ready to do some moving and grooving. All right, are you ready to be happy? All right, here we go. Oh, happy day. 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 When Jesus won. 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 Watch me sing the way. Oh, happy day. 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 When Jesus won. 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 Watch me sing away. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. He taught me how to watch and pray. Watch and pray. And live rejoicing every day. Every day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus won. 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 Sins away. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. All right, how did you do? Did you like that song? That is a happy song, isn't it? I like that song. Oh, happy day. All right, so let us see what we have in our bee basket today. Remember our bee basket? That's the things we want to be, right? So let's see. Oh, look, we have Be Refreshed. Oh, I think I like this one. That's a very interesting bee, isn't it? Now, I think, remember we were talking about Easter's just such a refreshing holiday. It's such a refreshing time of the year when the snow is melting, comes in the spring and the snow is melting and everything's coming back to life after the cold, long winter and the birds are returning and flowers are coming back. I saw some crocuses. Do you know what crocuses is? Are they the flowers that come up at the very first flowers you see in spring, and they're just short little flowers, but they're purple and white with yellow centers. And I've seen some already. So, that's just so refreshing to see some color. I told you that I love to see the color come back after the long winter. And so this is just such a refreshing time of year. And the Easter story is refreshing too, because it's about life and hope and a time of renewal. Sometimes we need to be refreshed, don't we? Sometimes life can get us down and we can get kind of worn out and wiped out. And sometimes we need to be refreshed. So let's talk about ways that we can feel refreshed. Like, what about physically? Like, do you ever get really tired? I do. I get really tired. Now, what can you do if you're really tired? You could go to bed, right? If it's in the daytime, you could take a nap, or if it's at nighttime, you can go to bed and get a good night's rest, and then you wake up in the morning and you feel refreshed, right? Ready to take on another day. And then what if you're like thirsty, like on a hot summer day and you're so thirsty, you could have like a cold drink, right? A glass of ice water or cold lemonade or iced tea. Oh, that is just so refreshing on a summer day to take a nice cold drink. Now what if you're like you're hot and sweaty or even dirty from playing outside? What could you do? You could like go swimming. Yeah, if it's summertime and it's warm outside, you could go swimming. Or if it's too cold to go swimming, you could go take a shower or a bath. And oh, when you get yourself all cleaned up, you just feel so refreshed and so good. You know, in the wintertime, I like to go outside and just get a nice fresh breath of air. Oh, that is just so refreshing. You know, and just breathing is refreshing. I mean, this ties into being emotionally refreshed too, but sometimes, you know, you just need to take some big, deep breaths. I have a grandson who's 6, and sometimes he can get pretty wound up, and I'll say to him, you need to take 6 deep breaths and calm down. And so I'll make him just stop and take 6 big, deep breaths to calm himself down. Oh my, if I had to do that for me and take a breath for every year of my age, oh my goodness, I could hyperventilate. That's too many for me. But, well, you know, when you're taking those big, deep breaths, you can just talk to yourself and talk yourself through this and say, you know, better times are just around the corner and we can do this. And so, you know, here's other things you can do to help yourself feel refreshed emotionally is play music. You can tell that Grandma Kitty likes music. I used to play the piano and I would just go play my piano and it would help me feel refreshed and better, but I don't have a piano anymore, so now I just put on some music that really soothes me and helps me feel better. And after listening to my music, I just feel so refreshed. And you know, this is a simple thing. You could just go sit in the sun. I just love to go sit in the sun. The sun just feels so good and so calming and refreshing, and you can just feel like life is good just from sitting out there in the sun. And I like to go to the beach or the playground. I always said that if you give me some sun, sand, and water, I'm pretty close to being in heaven. So I like to go to the beach because that's refreshing. But, you know, this time of year it's still kind of cold for the beach. So you could go to the playground or just go outside and play with your friends, ride your bike. Oh, that's another one. Exercise. Exercise is a good way to make you feel refreshed. It's good to work your body and use your muscles. And after working out, get some exercise, you'll feel better. You'll feel refreshed. And then you could also spend time with someone you love. Sometimes when I get discouraged, I call my mom. And, you know, sometimes we don't really talk about anything, just, you know, old things that happened in the past or what's, you know, happening today. And we just kind of laugh and joke. And, you know, when I hang up, I just feel better. I just feel refreshed. Yeah. So another thing is to do something nice for somebody, or, you know, sometimes just have a good cry. You know, there's nothing wrong with crying. It just kind of washes everything away and makes you feel better. You know, we're living in some challenging times right now. Things that we normally are able to do, we can't do. They're telling us to stay inside and stay away from people and keep our distance. And things are really different right now. But, you know, they're only looking out for your best interest. They want you to stay healthy and safe. And so, you know, it's only temporary. You don't have to stay inside for the rest of your life, just until this coronavirus, this COVID-19 goes away. So just stay inside and find ways to keep yourself entertained. If you do have to go out into public, make sure you wear your mask and your gloves, and then come home and wash your hands really good. And make sure you keep space between you and other people, especially if you see somebody coughing or sneezing. So I just had something I wanted to leave you with, a little blessing to encourage you. This comes right from the Bible, actually, from Numbers chapter 6, and it says, "May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace." And that's what I pray for you. I want you to have peace and health and safety for you and all of your family. You know, the motto of this whole thing has become, we are all in this together, and we are. So we need to be there for each other and help each other. Keep your distance, but call people on the phone, text them, and let them know you're thinking about them. And you know what? We'll get through this. America is strong, and we are resilient people. So you take care. And as I always say, you stay healthy, safe, and happy. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.